I recorded myself sleeping, and at 3:17 a.m., something in that house moved before I did. This happened about 12 years ago, when I moved into a cheap house on the edge of the city. It wasn't abandoned, but it felt like it had been forgotten. There were only 2 people living there, me and a guy named Daniel. We barely talked. He worked nights. I worked days. And that's probably why it took me so long to notice something was wrong. The house had 3 floors, but the top one was closed. The landlord told me, "Structural issues. Don't go up there." At the time, I didn't question it. Big mistake. A couple weeks in, I started waking up at night. Same time, every night, around 2:40 a.m. At first, I thought it was the house. Old wood, pipes, wind. But then I realized it wasn't random. It was footsteps. Slow, deliberate, pacing. And they were coming from upstairs. I asked Daniel about it. He didn't even look at me, just said, "That floor's empty." Then added, "Has been for years." Something about the way he said that felt wrong. A few nights later, I woke up again, 2:43 a.m. But this time, the footsteps weren't above me. They were outside my door. Step, pause, step. I opened the door. Nothing. The hallway was empty. After that, things started moving. Not a lot, just enough. A chair slightly off. My phone, not where I left it. The bathroom door opening on its own. The kind of stuff you try to explain away. Then one night, everything changed. I woke up, but I wasn't lying down. I was already sitting at the edge of my bed, facing the door. And I don't remember sitting up. Then I heard it, behind me, inside the room. A step. Another. And then, right behind my back, I heard breathing. I turned around. Nothing. The next day, I told Daniel everything. He listened, didn't interrupt, then said, "Don't go upstairs." I asked why. He just said, "They don't like being seen." A few nights later, I went up there. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe. The door was already open, and the room inside was bigger than it should have been. And in the corner, there was something darker than the rest. Not a shadow, not a stain, just wrong. I stepped inside. The door slammed shut behind me. And then, a step from behind me, inside the room. I didn't turn around. I just ran. The next day, Daniel was gone. No message. No explanation. His room was empty, like he was never there. That night, the footsteps didn't stop. At 3:17 a.m., my door handle started moving, slowly, turning, then stopping, halfway, and going back. I packed my things. I was leaving, but before I did, I went upstairs one last time. This time, it wasn't empty. Something was standing in the corner, facing the wall, too still, too thin. Then, slowly, it turned its head toward me. I ran, never went back. A week later, I got a message from Daniel. He wrote, "Did it turn around?" Then another, "Don't let it see your face." I didn't go back. Not for my stuff, not for anything. I stayed at a friend's place for a few weeks, then found a new apartment. Smaller, cleaner, normal. And for a while, everything was fine. No footsteps, no waking up at night, nothing. I started convincing myself it was stress, sleepwalking, maybe even some kind of shared paranoia with Daniel. I mean, old house, bad sleep, weird layout. Your brain fills in the rest, right? That's what I thought, until about a month later, I woke up suddenly. No reason, no sound, just awake. And sitting. On the edge of my bed, hands on my knees, facing the corner of the room. Not the same corner as before. Different room, different apartment. Same feeling. Like I was supposed to be looking there. I turned on the light. Nothing, just a wall. But my heart was racing the same way it did in that house. And that's when I realized I never actually stopped waking up like that. I just didn't notice. So I did the same thing again. I set up my phone, pressed record, and went to sleep. The next morning, I checked the footage. At first, normal. I lay down, closed my eyes. About an hour later, I sat up, slowly, too smoothly. Then I turned my head toward the corner and stayed like that for 2 hours. But this time, something was different. At around 3:17 a.m., I wasn't alone in the frame. There was something else. It wasn't clear, not fully. The camera quality was bad. The room was dark. But you could see it, just barely, standing near the wall. Right where I was looking, and it wasn't moving, at first. But then, frame by frame, it got closer, not walking, not stepping. Just closer, like it skipped distance, until it was right in front of me. And then, I moved. I lifted my head slightly and nodded. I don't remember doing that, not even a little. But it felt familiar, like I had done it before. That same day, I got another message from Daniel after months of silence. He wrote, "It found you again." Then, don't look at it for too long. After that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The corner, the footage, the way I nodded. Like I was responding to something. So I checked the video again, slower this time, frame by frame. And I noticed something I missed before. Right before I nodded, it moved. Not closer, not away. It leaned toward me, like it was trying to hear what I was about to say, but I never spoke. At least, I don't think I did. If you wake up already looking somewhere, don't assume it's random. And whatever you do, don't respond. After the last video, I deleted everything. The recordings, the screenshots, all of it. I didn't want proof anymore, because proof meant it was real. For a few days, nothing happened. No waking up, no sitting, no staring. And that should have felt like relief, but it didn't. Because something had changed. I wasn't waking up anymore. But I started noticing something else. During the day, I'd be doing normal things. On my phone, eating, working, and suddenly, I'd realize I had been staring. Not at a screen, not at a person. At a corner, any corner. And I wouldn't remember when I started, or how long I'd been doing it. I messaged Daniel. For the first time since everything started, I asked him, "What happens if you respond?" He replied almost instantly, like he was waiting. "You already did." Then another message. "It's not about seeing it. It's about it seeing you." That's when it clicked. The nights, the sitting, the staring. That wasn't random. It was teaching me, training me to look in the right place, at the right time. So eventually, I wouldn't need to be asleep. The last time it happened, I was fully awake, middle of the day, sunlight in the room. I was standing in the kitchen, and then I wasn't. Or at least, I don't remember moving. Because the next thing I knew, I was standing in the corner of the room, facing the wall, and something was behind me. I didn't see it directly, but I saw it in the reflection. Not clearly, never clearly. Just enough to know it was there, close, too close. Then, very slowly, it did what I had done before. It tilted its head, exactly the same way, same angle, same movement, like it had learned from me. And in that moment, I understood something I wish I didn't. I wasn't the one being watched. I was the one being copied. I never saw Daniel again. But I did get one last message. Just one. Don't stay still for too long. And every time that happens, I don't know if it's me. Or if it's already practicing. If you ever feel like you're being watched, try moving. Just to make sure you still can. The last bus. I took the last bus home, just like I always did. Same time, same stop. But that night, the bus didn't take me home. It took me somewhere else. This happened about 9 years ago. When I was working late shifts at a warehouse outside the city, I'd finish around 1:30 a.m. And at that hour, there was only one way to get home. The last bus. It came once a night. 2:05 a.m. Same route, same driver, same people. If you missed it, you were stuck until morning. Every night was the same. I'd walk 10 minutes to the stop. No streetlights, no people, just an empty road and silence. Then the bus would arrive, right on time. But one night, something was different. I got there early, around 1:55. And someone was already there. They were standing near the road, facing away from me. Not moving at all. No shifting, no breathing, nothing. At 2:05, the bus arrived. Right on time. The doors opened. The driver didn't say a word. The person got on first, slowly. I followed, looked around. The bus was empty. No usual passengers. No one. Just me. And them. We started moving. Everything felt normal. At first. Until we passed the first stop. Without slowing down. Then the second. Then the third. No stops. No pauses. Just moving. I looked out the window. And the city was gone. No lights. No buildings. Just darkness. I looked at the driver. He hadn't moved. Didn't react. Didn't blink. Like he wasn't even driving. And then, the person in front of me moved. Their head slowly straightened, and then turned. Too far. Until they were looking directly at me. Their face was empty. They said, "You're not supposed to be here." I didn't answer. They tilted their head. The last one already left. My heart dropped. This one, they said, doesn't take people home. The bus slowed down. There was nothing outside. But the doors opened. You should get off. I did. The moment I stepped out, the city was back. Lights, buildings, noise. Like nothing happened. The next night, everything was normal again. Until my stop. I looked back at the bus. And someone was sitting in my seat, head tilted, watching me. Sometimes, when I check the schedule, there's another route listed. Same time, same stop, but no destination. Just 2 words. Final service.